Good morning. Welcome to another one of Ian's instructional videos. For those of you who are looking to carry on supporting me and following me when the Heygo platform shuts down. And people have said they would appreciate a little bit of a guidance video because they're being bombarded with links. And I'm sure that that is very much the case. From me and from all of my colleagues, we're all trying to make sure that you can stay in touch with us and keep on supporting us, keep on following our tours. And, you know, everybody is so desperately trying to put in place what they can with the very little notice that we've had. So I wanted to try to make that as easy as possible for you. And so what I'm going to do is just walk you through some of my links, how you can get to them, and exactly what you're going to see and what you might want to or need to do when you actually get there. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to walk together through a little bit of finding these channels. Now, one of the main things that I've been trying to share with people is my Linktree account. Let's type that in. Now, when you go to my Linktree, it's a very simple site. It's not designed to be particularly aesthetically pleasing. It's a practical site. Linktree is a hub from where people can go to all of the other places where you might have a presence online. And I can add to these. I can put links up for very specific events, for very specific purposes, and I can use it for generally linking to my activities. So this would be one of the most important places for you to go to and bookmark if you've seen my list of links. So on here, you can find here, they're all buttons. You can see as I click on them, as you go down, it turns into the little finger pointer on the screen, and they kind of juggle about a bit. So at the top of the list here is Eventbrite. If I have to click that one, that takes us to Eventbrite. Now, Eventbrite is a ticket booking platform that I've been using for a while. It's a very stable, very big presence in that market, and very reliable and easy to use. And so that takes you to my page. So there we've got a picture of me standing in front of Kenilworth Castle on a beautiful day on one of my Heygo tours. And so IAB Tours, Ian Braisby. Now you've got a couple of things you can do here. You've got a button here that says follow. Now you can follow me. If you follow my page on Eventbrite, what that means is that every time I create a new tour in Eventbrite, you will be notified. So that's a little bit like what we had in Heygo, where you could follow a guide's channel and then you would get notifications when they put on new tours. So it's a very similar kind of thing that you'll be familiar with. There's also a contact button where you can send me a message through the platform. A little bit about me. And then you have my events. So my upcoming events. Well, so far I've put 4 new tours up there. I'm starting off my post-Heygo days with some as live tours that I thought you would enjoy, some of the lovely places that I go to. And you can see them there. You can go into them and you know, see what the tours are, when they are, and they've got a little bit of the price information as well there. So you can book your tickets, and so you can go into the Bourneville tour, for example, and enjoy this beautiful picture of daffodils in Bourneville, very appropriate for the time of year. And this tells you a little bit about the tour, where it is, these kinds of things. It's got a little description, tells you a little bit about the tour and the fact that it will take place using Zoom. It's got a bit of information about the tech support there. Tells you a little bit about the tickets and where you can give other support if you wish to. And then you can go to get tickets. and that will open up a page where you can then, what we've done is set up a kind of a multi-level ticketing. So we've tried to keep it quite affordable so that as many people as possible can enjoy the tours, and while still covering the costs of using the various platforms and technology. You know, you can also, if you wish to support with a little bit more, then you are able to do that as well. And you can choose whichever of those you think might be the one you like to use. Okay, so then we can go back to our main screen. You can do exactly the same for all of our tours. And what happens when you book on the tour, you will then get an email telling you you've booked on to a particular tour, and that tour will contain that email will contain a link. And that link is what you need to click on the day of the tour to go and join the Zoom session and watch the tour and enjoy it. It all works pretty straightforward. I've done tours with Eventbrite. I've used it for in-person tours. I've used it for some online tours that I've done myself and with other organizations. And it all works very, very well in general. So that's Eventbrite. Let's close down Eventbrite, shall we? And go back to our Linktree. What's the second on the list? Well, the second on the list is Buy Me a Coffee. Now, Buy Me a Coffee is a support platform for content creators. Let's go to it. And again, you know, much smarter picture of me on this one, although there's a couple of more cheery ones at the top there. And that's just my page on Buy Me a Coffee that you can see. And you've got various options here. So you have 3 things you can do on Buy Me a Coffee. One of them is on the home page. One of them is membership, and one of them is the shop. And it's got featured things on there that you can get on the site. They will probably change. The site generates those automatically, I think. So over here, you can have a membership. Membership is like what we used to have on the Heygo sponsorship. So it's a monthly contribution, and my members get a video each month, and I contact them about various things, hoping to set up some Q&As and little community get-togethers. And they also receive a discount on the pre-recorded tour videos that I have available on this site. But if you don't want to do a monthly membership, you can go to support, and then you can buy me a coffee, and you can buy me as many coffees as you wish in increments of £3, which is approximately what a coffee would cost if I were to actually use the money to buy a coffee in one of my favorite independent coffee shops. Then you can go through there and put in your payment details for that. Same with the membership. The other thing that we have here is the shop. The shop is where I have a range of some of my tours that have done and that are in the past that you might have seen live, but these are special pre-recorded versions of them. So they're not recordings of live tours that I've done. They are ones that I've recorded specially. So, you know, when you take out all of the housekeeping and the chat and the things that make up the interactive element of a live tour, what you actually have is more time for me to dedicate to actually telling you interesting information about the places. And so you do get probably a little bit more content in terms of information on these tours. And if you go in and want to buy one of those, you can go into Library, you can get this, and then you can buy that. And again, very similar to what happens with the live tours on Eventbrite, you will get an email confirmation, and that will have a link to the video. They are YouTube, they're on YouTube, but they are private videos, so they're not available to anyone who happens to stumble across my YouTube site. You need to have the link when you buy them in the shop. So that is Buy Me a Coffee. Now below that we have, well, I've decided to call it Ko-fi. It probably is designed to be pronounced coffee because it is based on exactly the same principle as Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know which one copied the other, but I find that coffee and Buy Me a Coffee is too similar. So I'm calling this one Ko-fi. A little bit like Kofi Annan, the former UN guy. So you can see pretty much the same kinds of things. You have information about me, donate, which means you can buy me a coffee, and you've got a one-time donation or a membership. Now, you might think, well, why has he got two sites that are basically the same, even down to having the same tours on sale as videos? Well, that's because Buy Me a Coffee doesn't, unfortunately, have multiple currencies. You can't switch currencies within the site. So what this is essentially exactly the same content, but it is all priced in US dollars. So if you're in the US, for example, then you might, or maybe you feel like you might get your bank might be less likely to impose some charges if you are doing something in US rather than in pounds, then you can do it on here. The other difference is that Ko-fi accepts payments by PayPal. So you can pay by card or by PayPal, which isn't the case on Buy Me a Coffee. But it's exactly the same principle. You can buy me cups of coffee for $4, and you can buy your tours, the video tours, and then there are a membership option, and it's exactly the same principle as the other ones. So that is Ko-fi. What else do we have? Well, we have the IAB Tours Facebook group, and I'm sure many of you use Facebook, but first time you go to this site, you will see this little button here, Join Group. Because we do want to, it is a private group, so you do need to request. I mean, we're not in the habit of doing an extensive interview, but we do want to make sure that people are genuine people and not robots that are trying to come and infect our computers. So we do have, when you join, there's a couple of little questions. One of them is just a question that you put an answer in just to prove that you're a person, like something which is your favorite one of my tours that you've been on. And the other one is just that you have to click to say that you accept the group rules, which are not that stringent. They are fairly, you know, things like be nice to one another, no promotion of other businesses, no sort of religious and political controversy, these kinds of things. I'm sure fairly, you know, self-explanatory things. But what we're trying to do with the IAB Tours Facebook group is to build a great, friendly place where people can go, because the community aspect of Heygo is one of the great things about it. And it's something that we are all thinking, well, okay, we need to try to keep that going. And I know there's lots of guides who've got the groups. There's lots of groups out there, but hopefully this will be another place where people who enjoy my tours can come and chat to one another. You can post links to interesting articles you've seen. If you've read a good book, tell us all about it. And of course, the other thing that is going to happen in this group is this is going to be one of the main places that I let people know when my tours are going to be and where. So I'll be putting links in there. I'll be putting links when I put something new on YouTube, and it's a good place to sort of keep up in an interactive way with what I'm doing. Okay, what have we got? YouTube. Oh, here's my YouTube channel. Oh, beautiful Warwick Castle at the top there. Oh, and look what happens straight away.
I am a tour guide in central England, and if you...
I'm sorry, watching yourself on video is horrible, isn't it? I'm kind of getting more used to it these days, but you know, so you'll see the first time you go to the channel, you'll see a channel welcome video, which is a short video. I know you guys know who I am and what I do, but hopefully YouTube's a global platform with millions and millions of people on there. I'm hoping that some of them might find their way here and they'll think, well, who's this guy then? And that what I tell them and what they find there will be something they're interested in checking out. So you'll see my intro video, and then, you know, you can go along and look. Here are my videos that I've actually got. I think what's my most popular, Ian Meets a Squirrel, is always one of my most popular videos. You know, we've said a couple of times, you do all of these great tours and you do all this research and filming and all the going there, doing all the tours. And the thing that everybody remembers most is when a squirrel jumped on me. So there we go, that's life. Never work with children or animals, they do say, don't they? I've got various videos up there that you can watch, and I've also got my other instructional video, and this video that I'm currently making by speaking to you right now is also going to be on there. Now, when you go to the site, the instructional video there tells you all about how to subscribe to a site and make sure that your subscription gets counted for that particular guide or person. So I'm not going to go through all that again, but you know, you do have a chance to subscribe there and to watch my videos. Now, the rest of my links on the Linktree page are less immediate interest. Instagram, I use. I'm not been a big Instagram user, but I would like to develop that when I have a few moments spare, whenever that might be. I'd like to try to develop my Instagram again, because it's a way that people can find us, and the more people that discover my work and my tours, the bigger community we can build, and the more sustainable it's going to be, the more options it's going to give me for bringing you new content and new locations and so on. My website, we're going to be updating the website, so it's going to have some important things on there that will be useful for you in terms of the tours that we're going to be doing, but that's still a work in progress at the moment. And then you've got my other social media. That's my work Facebook account, not the group, just me as a guide, and my Twitter account, where I also share some information and links and share interesting content from people that I follow. So that is my Linktree, and that is hopefully giving you a bit more information about what all these links actually mean, what you're going to see when you go to each of these sites, what they're for, because, you know, I understand this has been a really hectic week for everybody concerned, and everybody feels like they're bombarded with information. I'm the same. I don't know quite what's that link for again, who's that email from, and you know, what's that message. So it's been very much that kind of time, and I'm hopefully trying to bring a little bit of clarity to that, and just to help things be as smooth as possible for you, because my main concern is that you can continue to come on my tours, you can find out where you can find the tours, how you can actually get to watch them, how you can support me so that I can keep on bringing them to you, and how we can keep our community going. And that's what this is all about. It's about making it as smooth and as easy as possible for all of you wonderful people who have supported my journey as a virtual guide over the last 2 years and close to 500 tours on the Heygo platform as we move into the future. I look forward to seeing you on my future tours, and to you making use of the different resources that we've provided you with. And so I hope that you will continue to do that, and I look forward to being a guide that you're going to enjoy watching as we go into the future in the new world, so to speak. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.